Hi, hello everybody. Welcome back again to another session of one question a day. And in this channel today, what we are going to see a very important uh, part of learning process in dentistry, and that is effective learning and notes making. Okay, notes making is an integral part of college curriculum, right? You need to take notes while the lecture is being delivered, right? So how to take an effective notes that you can keep it for years together so that you can refer to them anywhere and anytime you want. Going into this is, before that, an important information: understanding concepts and utilizing the same appropriately is the key of learning, and learning is a lifelong experience. Do not rely on notes that has been circulated to you. Rather, try to develop your own notes that suits you. So the purpose of this presentation is to give you tips on how to take effective notes demonstrated over the years, and give a brief idea of how the world follows basic note-taking methods at college level. And every student who is listening to this lecture is encouraged to develop a customized note-taking skill that best suits their learning style and program. They need to take notes because fresh medical or dental students are not adequately prepared for taking effective notes in first college year environment, because they are always presented with facts. You may have language barrier, you may be very not so receptive to the new concepts of anatomy, biochemistry, physiology, and to that fact, entire deviation from what you have been learning all over the years. And the fear of unknown and lack of prior experience in organized note taking, which stems from a lot of spoon feeding that occurs from right from your kindergarten to your +2 levels, and the ubiquitous presence of ready-made notes that are readily available in market. So if you lack developing effective notes making skill, you will be facing difficulty in grasping concepts, poor understanding of the subject, because you will spend a lot of time on noting down rather than understanding the subject or the lecture. And you will spend a considerable amount of time on exam preparations. You will lose an essential professional skill, because lifelong learning and lifelong notes taking or notes making is going to be a very much prized possession in our medical and dental professions. And why take notes? Because your lecture will have information that is not available in textbooks. Textbooks, before they come to print, it is about, the knowledge is about 3 to 4 years old. So your lecturer or instructor will have more information than the textbooks being delivered. So it is essential that you take a lecture, notes of the lecture that is given. And these notes will serve as a customized file of information, your own textbook that is developed for your own knowledge and experience. So these lecture notes preparation or reading from a book and taking notes will help you become an active listener and a critical thinker, not a passive one, because you need to have a critical thinking component and correlating active listening rather than being a passive listener that you have been through all these years. And it is a start of the learning process. It helps you to stay more focused, and you will be in the process of continuous analyzing your concepts. And this will help you to develop thinking rapidly. You will be forced to think rapidly, and that will stimulate certain parts of your brain to keep you more attentive and not sleeping over through the lectures. And most importantly, taking notes and repetition will help in memory consolidation, because if you don't take notes, 20 minutes after the end of the lecture, 47% of intricate material will be forgotten. A day after, about 60 to 62% of the concept will be evaporated. 2 days, 70%. 10 weeks on, then about 3/4 of the matter you learned or listened will be gone off. And the end of 15th weeks, that is about 4 months, you will not you will not be having in your complete memory about 90 to 95% of the concept that was taken during the lecture. So it is essential that you take notes and read. So how to prepare to take notes? The pre-class or pre-course considerations. So what you need to work up, how to be prepared to take notes. The single most important criterion is to review the course syllabus, understand with the course timeline stipulated. If you don't have a course timeline in your curriculum, ask your mentor or your instructor for one. When to do what classes are scheduled when, so that you come prepared. Unlike in your school, you are expected to read or briefly understand what is going to be taught. The classrooms are going to be more like an interactive session rather than a single lecture delivery. You have to learn about the exam pattern. This is most important because you need to know whether you are going to be asked in MCQs, you are going to be asked short notes, you are going to be asked long notes, because the note preparation is intricately or directly dependent on the exam pattern. So your preparation has to be in alignment with this. Have an in-depth glance, not a scan, but in-depth glance of the prescribed textbooks, so that you need to know how much you have to work in to prepare the notes. And you have to have an understandability, readability of the presentations, or get the same from your course seniors or course mentors or instructors. How understandability is the textbook, how readable is the textbook. And if it is a presentation for a lecture, how the lecture or demonstrators translation of concepts to you is received by the students. This you can talk with your seniors or the persons who have already undergone the course earlier. So look for previous model question papers or previous year question papers, and have a mental image for short answers or essay type of questions, how we are going to develop. For this very purpose, I may refer you to the lectures on how to prepare for an answer in this channel. You need to be sure whether your notes need to be detailed, diagrammatic, flowchart, or points, or comparison, or short notes, or be very brief. You need to focus on important concepts and essay questions or short notes that come up very often. And you need to have relationship between major topics and how it correlates with your clinical course of life. Find always a course buddy or a close friend who will be willing to share notes or preparing notes together, so that you can depend on each other. Adopt a positive attitude. Never develop a negative attitude towards any subject or lecture or demonstration. And always have a questioning attitude. What, when, where, why, how much, who. All these questioning attitude will help you to develop your answers. With this, we come to the end of the part 1 session of the tips for effective notes taking. People believe that notes taking is an inherent skill and knowledge. No, it is a habit that has been cultivated over the years. By a structured learning, you can still effectively learn how to take a good notes. So the part 2 of this session will come soon, and stay connected with this channel to know more how to answer and stay connected. Happy learning.